Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, July 5th. Yesterday was 4th of July and I had a great day. Went to my mother-in-law's house, ate some good food, heard some fireworks around my neighborhood, and just overall relaxed and chilled and had an afternoon nap. It was pretty blissful. But I also finished the book that I was currently reading and I plan to do a review of that next week sometime, probably for Thriller Thursday. But I wanted to start a reading vlog because I just started reading After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read 53 pages, 52, somewhere around there, 50 page mark pages last night. I love this cover. I actually posted this picture on my Instagram this morning from my behind the scenes Bookstagram video, and I also have this amazing bookmark that I think it's Kayla's mom or something like that that makes these, from Lala, Kayla from Books and Lala. Yeah, so I got mine in the mail and I want to take another picture for Instagram with this bookmark because it's so pretty, but it's like this wider one. And anyway, I am enjoying the book so far. I think I'm gonna read it very quickly. I definitely don't have any plans for today. I already filmed my video for today. It's the mid-year book freakout tag. I do need to edit that, so I'll be reading this and editing that video here shortly. I've been putting out a video every single day. I think Sunday will be 2 weeks solid of videos, so like 14 new videos on my channel, a video every single day. I filmed it during the day, I edited it during the day, I posted it during the day. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but I'm reading After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And here's Charlie, because she is so cute. Aren't you, girl? Yeah, you a good girl. I haven't given you breakfast yet though, so I need to do that, don't I? Yep. But here's the cutest dog. Here's the book I'm reading. Let's go do breakfast. I just gave Charlie her dry food. I think I'm just gonna have some lemon water because I'm not really that hungry yet. But lemon water sounds good. And now that I have this, I do have to be careful because I did get some seeds in it. I'll fix this cotton. My husband left some quarters on the dryer. Throw that in there and probably turn this off. There we go. Now, let's grab my lemon water. Let's go back to the office. And now it's time to sit down and edit. Okay, I don't really know how long that took, but I did my first pass of the editing process. I do need to go back and add in a couple of pictures of books that I don't have physical to show you. So I need to add in the pictures so you know what I'm talking about. And then I need to write up add some links to the description box and link the creators and the questions and all of that. But while this is saving, my first pass through, I save it, I'm gonna jump into my book and yeah, read a little bit. There is one thing that I will mention right off the bat. I'm trying to annotate this, but I'm just not the best at keeping up with it. It seems like really cute when they first meet, and it starts with a current day scene. And this is part 1, and it says where they're at Dodger Stadium and they're looking for their car, and it's kind of like a little argument kind of. And then it jumps back to 11 and a half years ago, And then it kind of jumps forward. So 11 years ago, 9.5 years ago, a little more than 9 years ago, 7.5 years ago, a little more than 6 years ago, 6 years ago, let's see, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, 6 weeks ago, right now, and that's where I am. I like that it's giving us history of the relationship, kind of like where they started, how they started, and then kind of moving forward, but just picking out certain things, you know, like not giving us a total history of everything all between. But man, you guys, their relationship, just from this, and I feel bad saying this almost, but like, judging from the stories that they shared from those different time frames, their relationship disintegrated pretty fast. I don't know. And then I really did not like this part on page 51, the 6 weeks ago. I'll just read you what it says. It says, it was Ryan's 30th birthday. We spent the night out with his friends, going from sports bar to sports bar. When we got home, Ryan started undressing me in the bedroom. He unbuttoned my shirt and then he took the tie out of my hair, letting it fall onto my shoulders. I had a flash of how this would all go. He would kiss my neck and push us onto the bed. He would do the same things he always did, say the same stuff he always said. I'd stare up at the ceiling, counting the minutes. I wasn't in the mood. I wanted to go to sleep. I held on to the sides of my open shirt and pulled them closer. I'm not up for it, I said, moving away from him toward my pajamas. He said, it's my birthday, he said, keeping his hands on my shirt, staying close to me. Just not tonight. I'm sorry. My head hurts and I'm so tired. We've been out at the smoky bar all night and I'm feeling ... not very sexy. We could get in the shower, he said. Maybe tomorrow, I offered, putting on my sweatpants, ending the discussion. Would that be okay? Tomorrow? Lauren, it's my birthday. His tone wasn't playful or pleading. He was letting me know he expected me to change my mind, and suddenly that enraged me. I looked at him incredulous. So what? I owe you something? I owe you or something? And that, it's like, there's so much in that one page to unpack that, like, the first thing is that even if you are married, even if you are husband and wife, husband and husband, wife and wife, whatever, you still have to have consent for sex. So he obviously does not have her consent. And luckily it jumps, like, you don't find out what happened. I'm sure she was just like, no, and he jerked off or something. But the fact of the matter is that you still have to have consent, even in a marriage or a relationship, or it's rape. But not only that, but she had the other thing to unpack is that the female character, Lauren, felt she had to give a reason why. She had to come up with an excuse why she wasn't in the mood. She just said, she started with, just not tonight. And then she said, I'm sorry. Bitch, you ain't got to apologize. And then it says, my head hurts and I'm so tired. We've been out at the smoky bar all night and I'm not feeling very sexy. To me, she should have just said, just not tonight, buddy. Sorry. But so that makes me not like the male character right from the beginning. So, and what's his name again? I don't even remember. Ryan. Yeah, and he's 30, so he should know better. Finally a little hungry for breakfast, so I'm gonna have some avocado toast and raspberries. How yummy does that look? It's one of my favorite breakfasts to have because it's simple and delicious. And yeah, what else do you need in a good breakfast? And these raspberries look amazing. Okay, they officially did it. They have separated for a year, and I'm conflicted. Like, part of me wants the year to make them realize how much they love each other and they get back together. And then part of me realizes how bad they are for each other and that they find somebody else. But I don't know what's gonna happen, and it just makes me want to keep reading. So I'm letting Charlie outside right now, obviously, and I'm about to head back in and read some more. If I would not have filmed the mid-year book freakout tag before I read this book, this would have been the book that made me cry, even though Crooked Kingdom did. This one, oh my God, I can tell this is going to be an emotional roller coaster, and I'm dying a little bit inside because already my feelings are on a roller coaster. And like, I don't like some of the decisions that the main character or the main characters have done. You know, nobody is perfect, and I still stand by what I read, that little passage from earlier. I stand by that. You still need consent in a marriage, and I think that's why he didn't like force the issue. And I'm still sad that Lauren had to make excuses why she wasn't in the mood or she didn't want to have sex with her husband. But as I said, they have said officially, it's on the back of the book, that's what this whole book is about a married couple that takes a break for a year. So Lauren is returning to the house after her husband Ryan has left, and she runs across a letter that he writes to her, and I literally almost started crying. And I can just tell this book is going to be hitting me in all the feels, and I don't even know where it's going to end up. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if I'm going to hate it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm only on page 85 and I'm questioning my whole life. Checking in because I had a thought. Taylor Jenkins Reid has written contemporary stories for a while. I think her first 3 or 4 books are these contemporary domestic type of relationship books. Then she did Evelyn Hugo, then she did Daisy Jones and the Six, and I will honestly pick up anything that she writes. I have rated every single one of her books 5 stars, I'm pretty sure. But I really hope that she goes back to these domestic, contemporary, romance stories like After I Do, One True Loves, Maybe in Another Life, because I love them. They're so good, and I wish I knew what she was writing like all the time. What's next? What's next? Because they're all so different, but they're just so good. Okay, I am currently on page 127. I am enjoying it so much, but the mail just came and I got my book of the month box for July, and I'm really excited, so I thought I would just open it. Yay! The newest Riley Sager book. I have read both Final Girls and The Last Time I Lied. I enjoyed both of them. I liked The Last Time I Lied more, but I'm excited to see what's next in the Riley Sager saga. Lock every door. No visitors, no nights spent away from the apartment. No disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. And these are the rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter. And she gets to know the residents and staff. She finds herself drawn to the fellow apartment sitter Ingrid. who reminds her of her sister who vanished 8 years ago. So she's searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance. And it says, Jules against the clock as she races to unmask a killer, expose the building's hidden secrets, and escape a dream apartment that is quickly turned into a nightmare. So yep, here is my July book of the month. Okay, update. I'm on page 147, and this book is just so emotional, you know, like I think I'm gonna start ugly crying, you guys. Like, I did not expect to break down, but I didn't expect what's happening right now to happen, and I'm trying very hard not to spoil things that are happening that like aren't talked about in the synopsis of the book. But as you can imagine, it's just a roller coaster, you know? It's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Guys, this book is horrible. I think what this book, I'm only on page 161. I think what this book is teaching me, and I've kind of known all along, gosh, I am really tearing up at this book, you guys. It is hitting me in the feels. Okay, is that if you're in a relationship with someone, especially if you're married, you really need to keep the communication lines open, and you need to be willing to talk about things, even if they're awkward, even if you're embarrassed, even if they're like your deepest, darkest secret. You need to be willing to share that with the person that you committed to spending the rest of your life with, because more often than not, they have something that they need to tell you as well. And maybe if you open up the communication lines, you know, they'll be opened up back to you. And I think that as a whole, like, it could only help. I think if you keep things bottled up, especially like over time, they can just build up, and it can make you just like not stand each other, and you stop telling each other more stuff, and you kind of just start living this lie almost. So this is teaching me that it's very important to keep things open and honest and discuss, why am I having a pimple issue right now? It's really important to discuss things even if you're embarrassed, and even if you don't know how to say them how you wish you could. And also, this book is just really sad, and yeah. Okay, I'm checking in. I am currently on page 180. So I would guesstimate probably halfway through the book, and my heart is just up and down, and my feelings are all over the place. I've already cried twice, and I just needed a break. So I came in the office, and I'm actually uploading the mid-year book freakout tag right now. The last time I made this video was in 2015. So 4 years ago I made this, and I started watching that video and I couldn't. It was just embarrassing. So anyway, and I wrote that I went from doing 0 tags to do 3 in 1 week. So woohoo. Yeah, so I'm uploading this. Oh, I do need to change a couple of words here. Best book review, sequel. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, I got everything in there. Then I thought I needed some Starbucks, but I mean, I have coffee home. I have Starbucks coffee here at the house. I just kind of want, I don't know, do I want a hot coffee though? I can make cold coffee too. Okay, I think this is good to go. It's uploading. It says it's going to take about 28 minutes. I don't know why it's going to take that long, but that's that. I just laughed out loud on page 190, and I'm glad that this book can make me laugh too, because I have been doing a bit of crying, but it's nice that this book has like all of the emotions. I like that it's not just dealing with the separation between Lauren and Ryan, it's also like family. Lauren has a brother and a sister and the mom, and they all seem really close, and just their banter and stuff like that is great. And I guess Ryan left on like August 31st or around the end of August, and now it's like Christmas, so it's been a while and things have happened. So yeah, I was glad to have a laugh on page 190. I am literally a couple pages from the end, and oh my gosh, I'm crying again. Taylor Jenkins Reid has a way of making you read something that you never knew you wanted, but you did so much. This book is fantastic. I haven't even read the last few pages, and it's already a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it, and of course I highly recommend it. I mean, if you like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, you definitely have to check out her earlier stuff if you haven't. Oh my gosh, she's just the freaking queen, you guys. And yeah, I basically read this book in one day, but let me read these last few pages and I'll check in with you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my God. I'm a mess after reading After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I just closed the book, and I think that every time I read a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, I think this is my favorite book I've ever read by her. It started with One True Loves, then Evelyn Hugo. Daisy Jones and the Six didn't quite take over for Evelyn Hugo, but then this book happened, and this was actually, I think this was her second novel she ever wrote. I'm not 100% sure, but number one, I love the cover. Number two, I love the characters. I love that it's not just about Lauren and Brian and their relationship and their marriage and their year apart. It has a lot to do with their family, their grandmother, her mom, and her siblings and their life and what they're up to, and just so much family stuff that all kind of like brings it back home to the relationship and the main purpose of the story. It also has her friend in here, Mila, I think that was her friend's name. Yeah, Mila, and I think Christina was her wife. So I just, oh my gosh, I cried, I laughed, I think I learned a lot from this book, and I did highlight in it. I did dog ear some pages that I want to go back to. It was just so funny, but like so heartwarming and so heartbreaking, and so, I don't know, it was just everything, like all the emotions, like anger and confusion, and it was truly a roller coaster of emotions. Obviously, I'm rating this 5 out of 5 stars because I loved it so much. So here's another Taylor Jenkins Reid book for you guys to read if you haven't read it already. And now I'm gonna go think about what I'm gonna read next. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for joining me for another one-day reading vlog of reading a book. But I hope you enjoyed. Definitely check this book out. If you've read it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye!